The power ships from Turkey that are due to be moored at South African ports providing power to our grid by July next year may finally be sunk by the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment. Earlier this week, the Portfolio Committee on Mineral Resources was asked to look into the contracts for these ships and just how cheap and clean the energy will be. The department says it has failed to deliver adequate environmental reports. So listen to the warnings from specialists. A Turkish company is still pushing ahead with the plans to supply the country with electricity. Let's speak to Karpowership, South Africa spokesperson now, Sexwale. Kay, thank you so much for your time on the lead. So you will be appealing this decision by the department on what basis?
Mela, Clement, thanks so much for having me on the show. Let me just clarify before I answer that question that Karpowership SA is a partnership between Turkish company Fisheries Holdings as well as a South African company called Power Group, which owns 49% of the project. So that makes up Karpowership SA. But in terms of your question on whether we'll be appealing the decision, we disagree with the decision by the Environmental Department, and the company is reviewing the details of what has been sent to us in order to assess our next steps, in order to act and decisively be able to continue with the important task at hand in providing electricity at a competitive price to South Africa. The EIA process is designed to be robust and transparent, and scrutiny will always be put upon projects, especially new ones. And we are ready to answer any further questions. We believe that it's critical that we communicate with communities and, communities, especially the communities that will host our operations in Kucha, Saldanha Bay, and also Richards Bay, and that they're kept informed about key developments regarding the projects, and this includes the environmental impacts as well.
Yeah, did you take the considerations and advice from local authorities? Because that seems to be the suggestion from the department that you ignored that.
We did not ignore anything. We have been working within the guidelines of the law in South Africa around environmental laws. So the issues that are at hand are issues that we feel we are fully or fair with and able to respond to, and we're seeking engagement with the department in order to have this decision reviewed.
Yeah. What do you think influenced this decision by the department? Because I saw in your statement you say you believe the department was influenced by, misinformation campaigns?
I think it's a good question that you're asking, Clement, and I think that there are a number of questions around the noise that has been made around this process that single out Karpowership out of all the preferred bidders that the media should actually be asking detractors. So, for instance, thermal solutions are part of some of the other proposed renewable solutions selected, which, for example, use diesel, so if there's no sun. For instance, they'll revert to diesel, which is far more environmentally unfriendly than LNG. We believe that the government has made a sound decision, though, in choosing an energy mix that moves us towards the country's plan to zero emissions by 2050 by including cleaner LNG as part of the process of transition from coal and diesel, which the country currently depends on, and those are huge policies.
I want to ask you about what the environmental organizations have said, right? Because they have always raised red flags about the environmental impact assessment by Karpowership and the impact on marine life. But maybe you can take us into your confidence and tell us what you found in your studies. So if you are going to be running for 20 years, there is an impact that is expected. This is what the environmentalists are saying. So they're saying if you're running for 20 years, the ships are docked at our ports, that will scare the fish away, that will interrupt their breeding, and that's going to be a destruction of their livelihoods. Did you pick this up when you did your environmental study, and how did you respond to it, particularly the issues around the noise and the impact on marine life?
Yes, so a lot of these interactions happened during the EIA process, which is a robust process, and our environmental assessments are thorough and rigorous, and we took a lot of criticism into consideration as we were going through the process, with detractors saying, please look at this, please look at that, which we did over and above the work that we were already looking into. So, for instance, with the issue around noise that was raised, the noise, the underwater noise, because there's no power ship in the South African harbors, What we then did was to fly South African experts together with our international experts to Ghana, where we have similar ships to the ones that will be docked at the bays that we propose in South Africa. And noise studies were undertaken, and we are quite confident, and those studies were done by experts who then converted them to the South African scenario and gave answers that we feel are appropriate. And we have undertaken that during the 20-year process of the contract. There will be continued monitoring to pick up any issues if possible. So in Ghana, for example, just to give an example of the Project B, our projects, have been applauded by the post-harvest unit at the Fisheries Commission. The project in Ghana is actually on a fishing port. And, we have been included in the UNDP documentary on the positive impact of Karpowership in Ghana. And we'd expect South Africa to benefit in the same way.
All right. So do you think you stand a chance then for the decision to be overturned? What are the consequences also of this particular decision? Because you needed this environmental authorization. It's essential for the over 1,200 megawatt project that you were supposed to undertake.
Yes, so 1,200 megawatts is basically one full stage of load shedding. So our projects collectively would provide that solution, that power up to 800,000 homes and businesses in South Africa. We are eager to participate in public debate around our projects. We are continuing to engage with the relevant authorities. As I said earlier, the review process that we'll be seeking will be to provide more information, more engagement, so that we can clarify any issues that we feel have been misunderstood.
All right, Sexwale with Karpowership South Africa, thank you so much for your time.